Hello, everybody out in Maryland's beautiful 8th District and beyond. Welcome to my favorite time in the week when we recognize local heroes for their passionate devotion to our community. Today, we get to recognize Jacob Newman, who is the Managing Director of Latin American Youth Center in Montgomery County. The Latin American Youth Center covers the whole region. It's Montgomery, it's in Prince George's, it's in DC. It serves 4,000 young people and their families in every aspect of life, in terms of education, in terms of healthcare, in terms of employment, and they're doing a magnificent job. So as part of our recognition of Latin American Heritage Month, we wanted to identify Jacob as somebody who's been doing a fantastic job in this community through the COVID crisis. For that, Jacob, you are our local hero this week of October 9th. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I'm certainly honored, and it's really a testament to the hard work of all of the staff and community members within the LAYC family. Thank you, Congressman.
Terrific. Tell me what it's been like working with young people during the crisis.
Sure thing. As you mentioned, LAYC has worked with about 4,000 to 5,000 young people and their families each year. For over 50 years now. We've of course grown in that time to serve not only Latinos, but the broader community at large. And so as we've responded to the immediate needs of young people and their families in this time, that's included providing rent subsidies, food distributions, but also running the everyday programs that LAYC is known to operate in best practice. And so we've been responding to emotional needs, real tangible supply and resource needs. But also what I want to highlight is that throughout this time, it's demonstrated what we've always known. Young people are at the heart of our community. They're incredibly resilient. And I'm just so impressed with many of them who have been able to find their way despite the incredible challenges that they and their family members are facing to pursue their goals across education, jobs, and all of the wraparound elements that make us whole humans.
Do you find that the teenagers, the high school kids, the middle school kids are being serious about masking and social distancing? Do they take it seriously? They understand that the role that, even though they are not as medically susceptible as older people, although certainly young people have died from it, but do they understand that even their relative health compared to older people, that they are potential vectors of transmission?
I think so. I think that, as this pandemic has disproportionately impacted communities of color, that is primarily who LAYC serves, Black and brown communities. And so they're taking it very seriously in terms of the young people in our services, because often they know somebody who has contracted the virus or who has unfortunately even perished from the virus. Primarily in Montgomery County, we're working with the population of older youth, those really 16 to 24 years old who otherwise were not working or not in school, and many of whom are really 18 to 24. And so as they're going about their daily lives, whether it be work or pursuing education or involved, with friends or family, what we have seen and what they've reported is reflective of our early on, the workshops we were running early on, saying, this is important, this is going to impact you, even though you may not feel it or be symptomatic yourself.
Yeah. I know that you're originally from Rhode Island, I think, but you've been living in Silver Spring and Colesville, and you're very much a part of this community. Give me a sense of, what the joys of your job are, and then what the difficulties are of your job at this tough time.
Sure. So, a wise man, my father once said, you can pursue the joys of life in vocation or avocation. And I think I found a way, to a certain extent, to hedge those two worlds. What I do is what I love, and I bring it home every day. My wife is also involved with another local nonprofit serving communities. And, you know, in my personal life, it just seems to stem out as well. So I think some of the things that have been really difficult are, of course, the human interaction. Until, you know, most recently, we were very much in a virtual world since March 16th. And we work in a business or an industry, if you will, that thrives on face-to-face human interaction with young people, with colleagues. So that's been particularly difficult. The joy, as we are trying to, you know, continue to bring hope and joy into people and each other's lives, have really been through staff members and stories of success, of resiliency, as I mentioned before. Our colleagues, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention them in Prince George's County, are running a food distribution site as a part of Jose Andres's World Central Kitchen. And they've been distributing 500 meals every single week. And so when you see community members coming together, practitioners coming together, really in the interest of public health and safety and caring for each other, that has been what's keeping me motivated as well.
That's awesome. Well, look, tell us how people can get in touch with you, and any final words you've got as we bid you farewell and congratulate you on being our local hero.
Sure thing. Well, first I'd like to say, you know, as an organization, LAYC does a lot of work in this region, and the balance has been challenging in terms of this immediate crisis response while still preserving what we've always done. And so if people give us grace as they contact us, that is very much appreciated. And for those who are interested in supporting our work, we obviously welcome that. There's a lot going on at LAYC, and I would welcome any opportunity to talk to community members or other stakeholders. You can get a hold of me with my last name, Newman, at layc-dc.org. And I'd be happy to connect anyone to colleagues in Prince George's County or the district, or of course the fantastic work that we're doing here across all of Montgomery County.
Great. Well, we're very proud of you. Thank you for what you're doing, and keep it up and stay healthy and stay safe. All the best.
I appreciate all that you're doing, you know, and your colleagues as well. You're fighting the good fight, and we thank you for it.
Thank you so much. All the best.
All right, take care.